the two promotions. Now, some other news we had earlier in the week was Leslie Smith signed with Bellator, and the details on her contract aren't really out yet, but we know she's going to fight at featherweight. And for those people that don't know, she's a solid veteran. Her record is 10 wins, 7 losses, 1 no contest. And she's fought people like Irene Aldana, Chris Cyborg, Jessica Ai, Raquel Pennington, Jennifer Maya, Sarah Kaufman. And she's fought in Invicta and UFC. And so there's a great ad for the Bellator's featherweight division.
Yeah, her record doesn't sound the best, but she puts on some great fights. She always brings it. Every time you see her fight, she seems to bring it. She's a good name.
Yeah, she got some good wins. As far as like someone like Irene Aldana, who she's pretty high in the rankings. She got a win over Jennifer Maya and Raquel Pennington. So those are some notable wins. A lot of the female divisions they started real young, so they fought a lot of the same names like as the division started. So that record doesn't really reflect how good she is, but for her to still be around after those kind of fights, it shows that she's a solid fighter, and she's gonna be a great test for anyone at 145.
Yeah, well, just like Julie Budd, like you're saying, when they started off early.
Yeah, she lost to Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey in her first 3 or 4 fights.
Yeah, because I remember watching the Ronda fight on the Strikeforce Challenger. The noon fight I'm not sure about, but looking back at that, though, that's when everybody was still young, and then, the girls weren't really established as they started to as years went on. Now, you look at Julie Budd, she's, arguably the number 1 or number 2, depends on how you look at it with Cyborg and stuff, and I think, now you put Bud versus Ronda, I think Bud would win that. Amanda Nunes and Bud, that's a toss-up. Because I don't think, I think Bud's wrestling is probably the thing that's going to keep her as a winner there. I think, plus her stand-up's not bad at all either, but I just think her power is in that wrestling because she's such a powerhouse. I think that, she'd be a tough test for Cyborg too. I could see Julie Budd beat both of them girls, really.
Yeah, something about Bud that I see that I notice a lot about is she reminds me of GSP, because GSP early in his career, he had some early losses, and to people like BJ Penn, Matt Hughes, and
Matt Serra.
Yeah, Matt Serra. And after that, he came back and avenged all his losses and looked incredible afterwards. And that's kind of how I see Julia Budd. She suffered some early losses, and then out of nowhere, she just stepped her game up and hasn't looked back since. She's on a over 7-year winning streak.
Yeah, I think she got some tough challenges ahead of her, but I think she pulls these. I think she wins a lot of her fights. I don't see anyone beating her. I think Leslie Smith's going to be a really good name for her, and I hope the one day that Cyborg does get signed to Bellator, I think that would be a huge fight.
Now, with Leslie Smith, they haven't announced who her opponent's going to be, but in the whole division, who do you see that they might match her up against? I'm thinking maybe Talita Nogueira or...
I was thinking that, yeah.
That'll be a good fight. That'll be a great test, and it's a great welcoming to the promotion for her. The last time Talita Nogueira fought was against Julia Budd. She hasn't fought since.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I have to look at some other girls they have on their roster. I would like to see her take on... I like to see it a test, but not too much of a test, because I like to see her just get that, get a nice little win in there, like knock the ring rust off and just get in there. I wouldn't mind seeing her just kind of build her up with a couple of fights before throwing her in with Bud anyways, to kind of maybe hype that fight up until next year.
Yeah, it's been a while since Leslie Smith fought. There's some other good tests there. There's Janae Harding, and you got Jeanette Kavanaugh, who's with SBG. And You got Arlene Blenko, which would be a real good test for her. But like it's like how you said, I think they're gonna try to build her up, and for people that don't know who she is, they're gonna try to remind them and let them know that she's a legit name.
Yeah, I think Arlene, the one that had that split decision, lost to Bud in the last fight they had. I think she's just too. I think she'd be too big of a test for Smith, like right now. I think she's arguably one of the biggest threats in that division because she almost pulled that one off against Bud there.
Yeah, it was that was Bud's first title defense.
I think that's they'll eventually do a third fight. I think that I think she's a pretty good threat to Bud.